Hello all, we are BronCommuters and we will be discussing Target as a company, and I am here accompanied by Emily, Tony, Laura, and Max, and I'm Alec. Um, so let's get started.
Hello, my name is Emily, and today we're going to be talking about Target and the company overview and how they've adjusted to the COVID and pandemic situation. Since everyday lives have changed, and not only personal lives to people, but even day-to-day things, even companies have had to make adjustments in order to help prevent COVID and things. And lately, the Target has been having to keep between either how can they hold on to their mission and purpose with also regard to being safe, and like how do those two combine, and where can they meet and they can live up to their purpose and their mission. And one of their mission statements is to help all families discover the joy of everyday life. And how can they uphold and like how can they uphold their statement in order to live up to what they promise, because Target is a very big corporation. There's a lot of them. This is where a lot of people congregate, and that's where it becomes tricky with COVID. So, and the Target values great shopping, celebrating diversity, inclusion, community engagement, and ethics at work. And keyword on the ethics for COVID, because it's a very like thin line of the ethics of how to deal with the situation, and how can it still benefit the company and the people, and deal with the COVID situation as a whole. Target defines their ethics as reflected in a way that they conduct business through our they say reflected in the way we conduct business through our actions. So they state that they're trying to conduct their business in an ethical manner, and you can see that through their actions, and such as reporting violations, complying with law, seeking advice for ethical questions, understanding Target policies and procedures, exhibit honesty, respect, and concern. And all those lead up to how they can how they can move forward and actively be a part of being the adjusting with COVID.
So here we have the organizing factors of Target as a company. They practice two different types of structures according to corporate and store needs. The corporate management structure is mechanistic, comprised of top management like the CEO, chairman, and presidents. With this structure, they are able to oversee expansion, labor sourcing, and acquisition of merchandise, for example. At the corporate level, they are able to follow this approach since their responsibilities are relatively similar across overseeing all stores. The store level management is organic, comprised of vertical and horizontal division of labor, allowing for flexibility and clear reporting structures. They focus on handling consumer needs by ensuring that the strategies and standards are implemented accordingly. They are able to move forward with this structure as it relies on the environment and behavioral expectations of customers. This system is designed to react to change. And now we have the SWOT analysis. One of their main strengths stems from the market presence, as they have 1,844 stores across 49 states, providing them with a stable market share. However, although they have maintained a strong presence in the US, they are weak in a sense of being unable to reach international status. For example, they have experienced some failure in expanding to Canada, with some stores having failed after the startup. Some threats relate to competitors, as they may potentially provide equal or better services. And as for opportunities, there has been a recent trend in remodeling their stores to improve user experience and provide a more modern feel.
I will be talking about the leading portion of this project. I have conducted a SWOT analysis of the strengths and weaknesses concerning employees and the opportunities and threats that may present to stakeholders. So Target has heavily invested on their employees. but they have specifically offered several services for free counseling sessions before the pandemic, and they decided to expand those services to the employees in their household after that. Other resources they provided for their employees were Daylight Sleepio and Gorker. These are self-help mobile apps that are meant to aid in reducing stress, improve sleep, and your financial well-being. By doing this, Target allowed their employees to work through any stress related to the pandemic, so it increased worker satisfaction in the workplace. They also gave employees additional pay and benefits. Target made a $300 million investment in wages, bonuses, paid leave, and benefits for their frontline employees, and in recognition of the significant contributions of frontline members. They also received a $15 wage, which now is permanent. They gave employees 500 bonuses and 1,000 to 2,000 to their managers to show them some gratitude. So as a result, employees felt appreciated and cared for, so it encouraged them to work harder at their job. And then some weaknesses that may present from raising the wage were that employees were getting their hours cut, and so they were unable to receive their benefits from the company. And in some cases, they struggled to pay their bills since their paychecks were now coming out smaller. So this put the company's ethics into question and led to employee turnover. In the case of stakeholders, they may be affected by the new opening of locations. Target opened 30 stores in 2020, but they also plan to accelerate the pace and open 30 to 40 new stores each year to meet community needs in urban centers, college campuses, and dense suburban cities across the country. They also have planned the opening of approximately 100 Ulta Beauty stores at Target. Target also wants to diversify their shopping modes. So following the pandemic, Target now has 4 different ways of customers shopping at their store. There is in-store, online, pickup, and drive-up shopping. Since they want to make the customer's experience better and easier, they are going to increase the total fresh and frozen food pickup assortment. And in 80 stores or 800 stores, they will begin to allow adult beverage pickup. They have also made some technology improvements that will give drive-up guests a more personalized experience in the Target app. This includes informing new members where to place the order in the vehicle or authorizing a different guest, such as a family member, to pick up the order. And then some threats that may present from this are competitors. So since the pandemic was an unprecedented event, many global retail stores were figuring things out at the same time as Target. This means that Target does not have a competitive advantage when it comes to the different ways of shopping that they have implemented. For example, Walmart also offers in-store, online, curbside pickup, and delivery.
Now we'll present Target's controlling aspects. One of the biggest strengths that they had was that they never closed down any stores, and they were able to keep all their employees, allowing them to work maximum hours available at the time. They went ahead and added plexiglass to the registers to help divide customers and employees to safer distances, as well as offer complimentary masks at the entry doors, and implemented new cleaning procedures to disinfect carts and bathrooms, allowing customers and employees to feel safe. Before the pandemic, Target had already implemented their online ordering. This was a process that was to getting ahead when the pandemic hit. You were already able to shop online and pick up at store level, so Target invested more money, hiring more people to work the online orders, adding more parking spaces available for the people coming to pick up their orders, allowing them to have multiple people show up at one time, keeping them at a safe distance and letting them not wait too long. And as well as them investing in more freezers and coolers specifically for their online ordering. That way people can start ordering perishables, because in the beginning you were able to get your essentials but not food. So once they implemented this, they were able to get people to shop more items in one purchase, allowing them to compete against bigger stores like Walmart and Amazon. Now I will go into detail for the controlling SWOT analysis as far as their strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. For their strengths, as previously mentioned, they never shut down or closed their doors, so they weren't impacted by loss of time. And another one would be there are many forms of shopping available. You're able to shop in the store, online, or pick up. And their biggest one obviously being in brand loyalty, how people love Target over other stores such as Walmart. Their weaknesses is the fact that most of their sales are primarily through the physical store. So during the pandemic, more people were moving on to online ordering. So another one would be they have no control over their shoppers' habits, meaning people who didn't want to adhere to safety protocols. Um, you couldn't really stop them. And then improperly trained employees. That was because with such a high volatile time, many new employees were hired and there wasn't enough time for proper training, which moves on to the opportunities. Opportunities, they were need online advertisement to help get those additional purchases. So if someone's ordering razors, they need to be advertised or give coupons for like shaving cream, something related. And another opportunity would be their employee training. Like I said, with all these new hires, people could be more properly trained. That way they can continue to do safety protocols and help their customers find what they need quickly and efficiently. And their threats, it'd be obviously their main one is their competitors like Amazon, who already focus primarily on deliveries, and Walmart being their main competition in general. And lastly, their last threat possible would be inventory shortages, which was throughout the whole industry. So as long as they had good relationships with their distributors, they were able to keep what they needed.
In conclusion to our preliminary project regarding Target's success is due to the planning, organizing, leading, and controlling aspects of it. By taking all the right precautions and actions to keep a safe environment for those to be in. A key factor in their success was being able to adapt quickly to their new normal, creating and implementing new ways to keep the store safe regarding COVID and the spread. In the next 5 years, Target may face challenges such as readapting or figuring out whether the temporary adjustments will be permanent or will they cease use. And by that I mean, will the new precautions be not only precautions but a day to day what they're going to live by for the next couple of years, or will they start taking things away and going back to how things used to be? I think that's going to be something they're going to have to really think about, and that's going to be more of the question of regarding of more how does this situation continue? Will there be more things they need to implement? Will they have to find new ways and be in order to make the new adjustments permanent? Or is it all just temporary? Or are they planning on going back to how they used to be? I personally don't think they're going to go back to how they used to be. I feel like they've changed and they've adapted and may have worked for them better than they used to be before. They've implemented more of card side pickup, and I feel like that was a game changer for them. And I think things like that will be more work towards. I think they're going to continue implementing and working based off of all of the changes they've made. And that is our conclusion.